It is finally that time of the year again. Call of Duty announced, I guess quite a few weeks ago, that they are having a beta. The beta, of course, is for Modern Warfare. And today in this video, I will be going over everything that I feel like you guys should know for this beta. Now, I've watched a couple other videos on this, and I feel like they just do not go over everything. They just talk about the dates and times for the beta, and I want to go deeper into that. I will start off with everything that you need to know regarding when the beta starts, who will be able to play when the open beta starts. But without further ado, let's jump straight into this. Now, unfortunately for PC and Xbox players, PlayStation still has exclusivity. Everything's going to be PlayStation exclusive. Now, it won't be as bad as it was in past years, but of course that hasn't changed. So starting September 12th, PlayStation's beta will start. Now, this is the closed section of the beta, so if you have a beta code, you're able to do this. And that's going to be the 12th through the 13th. Now, if you don't have a beta code, I will leave a link in the description on a video of how to get beta codes for free. Go ahead and check that out if you want to play during that time. And starting September 14th through the 16th, PlayStation will have an open beta, which means that you do not need a beta code for this. So if you're willing to wait a couple days, I would just not get a beta code. But if you want to start playing it right on the 12th, get a beta code. And that's for weekend 1. Now, weekend 2 starts on the 19th, and that ends on the 20th. But this will be the closed beta for Xbox and PC, which again means that you need a beta code. Now, PlayStation can still play at this time, and it's going to be open beta for them. Now, the 21st through the 23rd, it will be open beta across all consoles. And on top of that, for weekend 2, this is going to be crossplay, which means that you can play with any console. So if you want to play with one of your PC friends when you're on console, you can, which I'm super excited about. I'm glad that they're going to be testing all this out. Feel like it's a little late to be getting into this, but I guess better late than never. Now, regarding preloading for Modern Warfare, if you pre-order the game on the PlayStation, then usually you're able to preload the game a couple days ahead of time. But if you pre-order from either Amazon or GameStop, wherever you get your games physically, then if you put in a beta code, they are usually sent out when the beta starts, which really sucks, especially for me because I buy my games physically. But you never know, that might change this year and we might not have to wait until the beta starts to get those codes. So yes, if you pre-order on the store, you should be able to preload a couple days prior. But if you get a physical copy, then you won't be able to pre-order until the day of. And that's usually how it goes for the beta. We haven't heard much for this beta, but it's safe to assume that that's how this is going to work. So the next thing that I'm really happy to hear is that they're going to be testing the minimap data with the beta. So I don't believe that that necessarily means that there will be a minimap in the Call of Duty beta, but they're going to be testing to see if they want to put it into the full game. So hopefully we do the right things and they see that they need to have a minimap. Because why wouldn't they have a minimap? What? Everything seems amazing about this game, but you mess it up by not having a minimap? So yeah, cross our fingers and maybe we'll get a minimap when the game first comes out. Now, if you played the alpha, then I'm sure that you remembered the only mode that we could play, which was Gunfight, the 2v2. Now, if you enjoyed playing that, then this will be available in the beta when it starts, which is fantastic for you Xbox and PC players that unfortunately was not able to play the alpha. I personally did not love the mode, but I'm sure that a lot of you guys did. Now, once again, for you PlayStation players, if you did play the alpha version and you have not deleted your alpha file, I would go ahead and delete that. It has been confirmed that none of that will be used for the beta. So it's going to be two completely different files. So if you're saving in it for any reason, go ahead and delete it. That would be really nice if it was something that we could use for the beta. It would save us quite a few gigabytes to download. And with how slow my internet is, that would have been really nice. Coming up on one of my last items on the list that I want to talk about is that the Gunsmith will be available in the Modern Warfare beta. Now, if you don't know what the Gunsmith is, then it's like a very complex way of customizing your weapons. If you want to learn more about that, I would recommend go watching a video on it. There is a ton that is with this Gunsmith, and I am personally super excited about it. I'm really excited that it's going to be in the beta. so that we can give that a shot. I think that that was an absolute excellent choice on their part, and I can't wait to try it out. Now, the last thing that I want to cover is that Ground War is going to be part of the beta. Now, if you haven't heard much about Ground War, this is going to be the largest amount of players in a Call of Duty match ever, other than, of course, the Battle Royales. But the beta will be a 32 versus 32 and will be available in the beta, like I mentioned. Now, with the Ground War, you'll be able to use vehicles, a lot of players. It's going to be awesome. Now, like I mentioned, it will cap out at 32 versus 32 unless they push out an update while the beta is going on, which I do not believe that that's going to end up happening. But with the regular multiplayer, they're expecting more than 100 players on each map, which is crazy. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, though. Now, if you have any questions regarding the beta that you believe that I have missed or that I thought wasn't really important, please leave your questions down in the comments, and I will try to get to them as soon as possible if I know the answer. And once again, if you need a beta code, make sure to look in the description, and I made a whole video on how to get the beta code completely free, not a single dime out of your pocket. But anyways, this will be the end of my video. Now, I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. You guys know it. I know it. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I will see y'all in the next one. It really does seem like I have a baby face. I shaved, but I shaved it too short. Is that the right word for it? Especially my mustache. It's kind of bad.